And this one is entitled Plans for a Railroad. To whomever is there, available to listen, I wish I could breathe in love. Running in extraordinary air, come to me in a funneling atmosphere. I want to live to the fullest extent. There are trees somewhere in this world that turn a shade of red from the trunk to each leaf, and I want to climb its highest branches with a wild hunger for discovery. My head rationalizes better while grazing the belly of shy clouds. I want to balance where balance is impossible. And I know my lover loves trains or train rides, but I want to leave the train tracks across her skin so she can follow this love story with an adventure. I'll kiss our treasured moments in the train stops and intersections embedded in her shoulders. I lay in a sea blue room staring outside with not enough window, but with enough imagination. Bricks become school of fish spiraling in absolution, diving in unison into concrete, leaving sea anemones to grow in their puddles. Give me gills, give me fins, give me love that stretches longer than seaweed, give me all the life entwined within. I wish I could breathe in love. My heart rationalizes better, submerged on an ocean floor, performing with a trumpet. Somewhere in these notes hides a welcoming world, waiting to be disturbed with grand schemes and plans for a railroad, and a couple of lost lovers unaccompanied. To whomever is there, available to listen, I know I may sound absurd, but I am in love, and I can't help but wander with unheard thoughts. Alright, so I'm going to do two more. And this one is called What We Do to Others, We Do to Ourselves. Take it upon yourselves to become one with your imagination, as if it wasn't already easy to do. We see children with outstretched hands reaching for an unpredictable future as if it were something tangible. Give them high fives and disperse love like seeds with words of encouragement. Spell out passion on the forearms of fourth graders by setting forth examples in the form of humility and honesty. What we do to others, we do to ourselves. I want you to see as I see, and sometimes things transcend themselves too immensely even for my perspective. Intimate realizations, minute humor, and slow discretions of life flash before me too bright, and I get too eccentric, almost overwhelmed with this newfound brilliance. Depths of my soul explode and paralyze my senses to focus on these broad realizations before they vanish like the flame of a candle and flutter away as majestic butterflies in a warm wind. What is there more natural than this, except the intricately woven spiderwebs and the organization of beehives, each capturing life and nourishing life respectively? The sanctity of these moments tends to renew paradigms and change attitudes. They birth intuitions. We all become novice students to grand concepts once they peek out from familiar enigmas to present themselves bare and raw. Paint them in general hues and they won't remain so foreign, so unpredictable. It is a shame on the mystery of life to avoid the unfamiliar unknown. It is only a unidirectional depreciation to never explore and trust. Chances are those words fell upon ears more deaf than politicians. If you're like me, Then seeing is believing. Like the essence of a child's happiness on their face when you give them a high five. Treat your inner child like strong ivory tusks to defend yourself from the poachers of life. Be the brave butterfly that lands on the horn of a beautiful rhino and befriends him. What we do to others, we do to ourselves. And sharing gummy bears doesn't just give you fewer. Loving absolutely doesn't just make you vulnerable. It builds two-way bridges, for today's destination is tomorrow's journey. These are my intimate realizations of life, presenting themselves as bouncing birds of paradise, competing for attention. They display the bright colors hidden under their throats with affection. Open and flap their wings with heads held high, flashing feet, and soulful screeches. But if these phenomenal dances come across eyes more blind than high school principals, then perhaps feeling is your way to believing. We will all encounter life's most nourishing textures. Describe to me that feeling of theft from stealing a kid's nose, or put into words for me that feeling that burns into your fingertips once you successfully incorporate the quadratic formula on a test for the first time. I've tried for years to write a metaphor adequately describing the mother's touch. Mother's touch is mother's touch, and sets the status quo or threshold for thousands of intimate realizations yet to splash and curl upon your shores. Except these waves never retreat. The same way one never forgets their first true love. And ask your father how he felt when he released you and you continued to pedal and steer nervously. What we do to others, we do to ourselves. If your scar from your first bike ride is as long as mine, then describe to me the warmth of memory. Even as a writer, I failed to eloquently relay the reverberations of serendipity in my heart. But love feels like the trust that your father won't let go. Then love feels greater than the independence of flight. Then love becomes handlebars. Never let go. Just go. Play along like a world of imagination with kids and their colorful depictions. Their innocent dreaming will abuse you, wash over and captivate you like the theme song to your favorite cartoon. Who lives in the pineapple? Lucy. Absorb it before listening. You too once hoped those Saturday mornings never ended. You too laughed at anvils falling from the sky before textbooks, professors, and logic taught you that Wile E. Coyote might actually die. But at least the inner child in you never does.